I got a call from Central Casting that I had an audition. What am I gonna do? I don't know how to act at all. You're gonna hate how this ends. But you know what was brilliant about it? This is what I did in one day. This is what changed my whole life. I'm gonna tell you a story. I worked in the music industry for 9 years, and then I decided to get into doing extra work because I wanted to find a career in the film industry that was right for me. And the holy grail of doing extra work is to get a recurring job, something that goes on. Like, I had jobs amazing. Like, I worked on Little Giants. We would stand in the end zone in Burbank in 100 degrees in winter clothes, and it sucked. But let me tell you something. We were so freaking happy because you know why? We were making SAG wages all day. We had a job that lasted for 6 weeks. I paid my rent and the next month's rent, and it was great. It was hot. We were like putting our face in the ice cooler. It was bad, but you know what? We were thrilled to have that job. So the holy grail is to get regular on a show. Like, another thing I got regular on was Deep Space Nine. I was a Dabo girl, and I had a headdress on that was so tall that I remember it was raining. I had to hold my umbrella like this to get over my headdress. It was like a showgirl, like a Vegas showgirl alien. So I was that. I was so grateful for that job. And then I was, of course, a waitress on Seinfeld. I did that every week. I was grateful for that job. I was a singer in the band on Larry Sanders. I was so grateful for that job. But that is what you're trying to achieve, that long-term job. So I am not an actor, and I've never been in my whole life, never even tried. But I got a call from Central Casting that I had an audition for a movie called Drop Zone. It was with Wesley Snipes. So the job was to be a featured extra, and I would work, 6 weeks on a plane in a soundstage. It was like a plane set that was, crashing. So it was on the border of being stunt work, but it was also featured extra work. So what their plan was to find people that are good actors and hire them, and those people could work as extras for most of it and then get upgraded. So it was almost an absolute chance. It was a very, very good chance I was going to get upgraded if I got it. So I said, what am I gonna do? I don't know how to act at all. I've never done it in my life. So at that time, I was very poor and I lived in my own apartment, but I had no money for food. I was the one who would take whatever I could from craft service and bring it home, or take the second meal and bring it home, and I would have it the next day. I was a struggling extra, and I was really intrigued by the whole process because I thought, if anyone is going to do this, it's going to be me. I'm going to find my way through this, how to be the best professional extra I could be. So anyway, I didn't even have cable television because I couldn't afford it. So I had a VHS and a tiny television. And I said, how am I going to prepare? I was auditioning to be a screaming flight attendant. That's all they told you. Screaming flight attendant for Drop Zone. So I said, all right, I'm going to go to the library. So I went to the library and I said, let me find a movie. This is kind of before the internet. I said, let me find a movie where they're a screaming flight attendant. And I found a movie called Airport 77 with Karen Black. Karen Black was a screaming flight attendant. So I took the VHS, put it into my computer, and I watched it. And so I watched her, and this is what she did. She said, oh my God! Oh my God! She was screaming, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I said, that's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna go in there and scream, oh my God. So I went to Paramount Pictures for my interview. I tried to dress like a flight attendant, and I go into a giant soundstage, and there are 40 girls in a line. So I get in that line. I'm just one of them in the line. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here. Okay, I'm getting a quarter check. I'm never gonna get it. They're all actors. I'm not an actor. I don't know how to do this. I'm just gonna scream, oh my God. So every single one of them screamed, and I was standing because they would audition like, okay, you, now you, now you, down the line. And so they said, okay, we want you to scream. And they all screamed like, ah! Or they screamed like, ah! Or they screamed like, ah! And each one of them screamed, and then they got to me, and I went, oh my God! And I got it. I totally got it. I got the role. They picked me. I was so happy. You're gonna hate how this ends. I couldn't be more thrilled. I got it. I got the job. Central Casting's like, we're gonna book you, we're gonna fitting, da da da, you have all these days, da da da. I was like, yes, yes, yes. I felt like a star. So I go to wardrobe and I'm trying on my navy pumps and my navy outfit, and they looked around and there were a lot of flight attendant outfits, and then there was one special outfit, and they said, let's give her this one. And I thought, wow, I'm getting a special outfit. I can't believe I'm getting the special outfit. I'm getting the special outfit. So they put the special outfit, it's like flight attendant plus. It's like extra special navy outfit. Wings, all of it. So I try it on, they go, perfect. So they tag it. Now, a few more days, I get to go to Paramount for my first day on set. I show up, I know I'm gonna work 6 weeks, I'm getting stunt pay, I'm gonna eventually get upgraded, I'm gonna scream, oh my God. And I couldn't believe, I was so thrilled because I was on the edge of not being able to pay my rent. I needed this money so bad. So I get there, I'm sitting in a chair, all the other flight attendants are there. They have the other outfit on. And I think, well, they have the other outfit on because they're not the ones that auditioned. So it's, you know, I have the special outfit on. So immediately they call me and they put me on the plane. So I walk on, I'm like, okay, here we go. So I walk on the plane with Wesley Snipes, and he and I walk on the plane together, and they establish me, and I'm like, here I am walking on the plane. I sit down, I'm done with that scene. I'm like, this is the most fun I've ever had in my life. And then they called on the other girls, and they said, okay, girls, we need you to get on the plane. Plane's taking off. I'm like, wait, what do you mean the plane's taking off? I'm like, what do you mean? And they said, you are wrapped? And I said, what do you mean I am wrapped? I said, no, I'm the screaming flight attendant. What do you mean you're wrapped? They said, no, you're dressed as a ticket agent. So you are staying on the ground because you're a ticket agent in that outfit. The other girls are going on the plane for 6 weeks. You are a ticket agent and you're staying behind. So I worked for about 2 hours that day. I turned in my costume, they wrapped me, and I went outside Paramount and I had a $56 parking ticket. And you know what else I had? No job. And you know what else I didn't say? Oh my God. I did say, oh my God. It was for different reasons. Can you believe that happened? It is so horrible. That story was going to save my whole life. Can you believe that happened? It was going to, I would still have residuals. Do you know that today I would open the mail and money would come? But you know what happened? They put me in a ticket agent outfit instead, the special outfit wardrobe. I was very sad. But you know what was brilliant about it? This is what I did in one day. This is what changed my whole life. I was hustling like I'm telling you that you need to do. I was hustling like crazy. And this is what I did. I lost that job and I said, forget it. I'm just gonna keep going. I got to stand in for Kathy Ireland because I'm tall. So I stood in for her in Malibu. That same day, I was booked as a recurring person in a gown on a Batman. And I was someone in a gown and I was in the crowd. So I was on that. So I knew I could be late to that because I was kind of friends with the ADs. And I said, listen, I got this short stand-in job in Malibu. So I went to Malibu, I stood in for Kathy Ireland really fast. And then I drove to Batman at Warner Brothers. I put my gown on and I was in Batman. But then my regular job on Seinfeld was that night, like 7 p.m. because they would allow me to miss the rehearsal because I already knew what to do because I was just always on Seinfeld. So they said, you can show up late, no problem. But if I didn't show up, there's no waitress. And I had to show up. So I needed to get out of Batman. So I went to Batman. I was like, I feel really sick. I'm so sorry. I'm just really sick right now. I have to go. And so it was hard to get out of Batman. So I already stood in for Kathy Ireland. I worked on Batman. I had to finagle my way out of there. And I was driving in my, I don't know if I had like a 280Z. I was driving to Seinfeld and I was so stressed out about the whole day, about rushing to get done with my stand-in job, to get to Batman where I was late and had to get out of that and then leave Batman so I can go to Seinfeld. But I had to keep Batman because Batman went on for more and more and more days. I needed to have Batman. So I'm driving, I'm pulling up to Seinfeld and I yelled out the sunroof. I said, I can't do this anymore! I can't. It's too much. It's too much. And the next day, I got a phone call from Terrence at Bill Dance Casting, and he said, hey, do you want to intern as a casting director? I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do.
Sande Alessi Casting, the casting director.
Today, thousands of pirates sailed into Waikiki for the film's open casting call. Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Sande Alessi Casting and the Pirates of the Caribbean.
These guys have to realize that they were chosen out of more than 10,000.
More than 10,000 people, Gorgeous.
And we're picking about 150 to come in for the next couple days.